If you're using HoneyBook, but you still find yourself wondering, what do I send next? Or double-checking steps in your client process, there's a good chance your workflow isn't actually supporting you yet. And most of the time, the issue isn't the platform, it's the order the steps are happening in. Hi, I'm Jackie, your HoneyBook Harmonizer. I help service-based business owners turn scattered HoneyBook setups into streamlined systems they can actually trust. And today we're talking about something I see all the time: workflows that technically exist, but aren't actually making the client process clearer. This is something I see all the time when I look inside HoneyBook accounts. People having query forms, schedulers, contracts, and invoices, but these pieces weren't set up to work in a clear sequence. So instead of the system guiding the process, they end up holding everything together manually. When that happens, HoneyBook often feels more hands-on than expected, even though the right tools are technically there. A workflow doesn't start inside HoneyBook. It starts with deciding how you want your client experience to flow. So what happens after someone inquiries? When do they book, review details, or make decisions? When are contracts and invoices introduced? What should happen once they officially become a client? Once those decisions are clear, then the workflow is built to support them. When that clarity is missing, the system can't move the process forward on its own. So you end up manually stepping in to keep things moving. If you ever find yourself asking, did I send that already? Did they book yet? What's supposed to happen next? That's usually not a productivity problem, it's a workflow structure problem. Once the sequence is clear, the platform begins moving the process forward automatically instead of depending on you to check every step. In our next video, we're going to talk about what happens after your workflow is in the right order and how automation can begin removing that mental load instead of adding more complexity, because automation only works well when the flow underneath it is solid. And if you already know your workflow needs to be cleaned up or rebuilt, I do offer done-for-you HoneyBook setup, where I design the workflows so the system actually supports your client process. You don't have to figure this all out on your own. If HoneyBook has felt more manual than you expected, that doesn't mean you chose the wrong platform. It usually means the workflow hasn't been structured yet, and once it is, things begin running much more smoothly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.